would just like to kind of talk a little bit about it as to why you might want to do some local retail arbitrage, even if you're really stuck on, you're really committed to doing mostly online arbitrage. Especially if you're brand new, LRA sourcing can be easier for you to conceptualize what you're doing. You can see the item, you have it in your hand, you say, oh, that's going to need a poly bag, or oh, that's kind of fragile. That's probably going to need bubble wrap. Those things are really difficult to conceptualize when you're looking at an item online. Also getting a feel for size and weight of items is much easier in the store so that you have a better understanding of what kinds of items you like to buy, what kinds of items are difficult for you to deal with. So if you're getting stuck in the beginning doing online arbitrage, sometimes just going out to the store with your phone can really help you kind of break through some of those barriers and understand better what kinds of products you might want to be looking at. The Scan Easy app is going to give you great data when you're in the stores. So that's something that's really good to put on your phone. If you already have an AZ Insight subscription, it is included. I will point out that, AZ Insight only lets you log in at one place at a time. You always thought it was one computer at a time. It's actually one place at a time. So if you go to the store, you have to log in here. When you come back to your computer and try to use AZ Insight in Chrome, it will have you log in again because you've logged yourself out basically by logging yourself in on the phone. The other thing that's really good, especially for brand new sellers, is local retail arbitrage can really get your profit turning around quicker. You don't have to wait for items to come from your online vendor. You can literally buy that morning and have the items in a box ready to go to Amazon that afternoon. So you can shorten the time it takes to get moving in this business by buying online, by buying in store, packing it up quickly, sending it off to Amazon. Also, you can really get a feeling for whether or not you want to buy an item that's fragile. I find that many fragile items are better, oddly enough, are better to buy online because they have to ship it to you in a way that is already packing it to protect it. Many times, fragile items in local stores are just sitting on the shelf. They've taken them out of the boxes. They've put them on the shelves, for the display, and they don't give you the option of getting the box. You just get the item, and now you have to figure out, how am I going to ship this? Many of those items will be better to go ahead and purchase online, but you may find something in the store that you think, oh, that's cool. I'm going to go now and see if I can source this online for the same price and have it shipped so that I don't have to worry about prepping it myself. It's also a good way just to get a feeling for what kinds of products are out there that people are buying. When you walk into a large department store, you see what they think people want to buy right now. This is really great when you're dealing with seasons, seasonal items. When you first walk into a store and they've already got out the graduation gift stuff, it's time to start thinking about graduation gifts. When you walk into the store and they're already starting to deal with back to school items, it's time to start sourcing back to school items. So store shopping can give you a lot of insight into what kinds of items would be good to source either in that store or what you should be looking for even when you're going online. But I never pass up a chance to scan, like Brian says. I never pass up a chance to scan. If I've got my phone with me, I scan. I always laugh. Carol Smith and I laugh about this. I said, and also if I scan, even if I don't buy it, I was on a sourcing expedition. Aren't those miles deductible then? And Carol just nods and says, yes. If you scan, you tried to buy. So it's a great way to enhance and augment what you're already doing with online.
Yeah, there's another advantage too, that because it's a kinesthetic experience, it's different than online arbitrage. So online arbitrage, you're staring at the computer screen. Here you get to go out and have this variety of the different stores. You're working with the products in your hands. And if you're suffering from, like writers suffer from writer's block, if you're suffering from sourcer's block, Getting out the stores is a great way to get some creativity going and seeing, oh, there's some different kinds of products. You never know what you're going to find when you go to the store. And it's different
Absolutely.
than trying to just go on your computer and think of what you should see next. So it's an exploration. It's kind of like, hitting the slot machine. You never know what you're going to get, and you get these surprises, kind of like the Home Depot surprise I'd gotten earlier.
Yep.
Danita, there's a couple of other questions here.
Sure.
Shri is asking, how do we ship hazmat items to FBA if he's approved?
If you're approved, you have to ship. You cannot use the Amazon UPS uh, partnered UPS account. You have to ship it on your own. Typically, you're probably going to have to go down to USPS and ship it. It's going to have to go truck. It can't go air. So it's also, you just have to let them know that there's a hazmat item in there. And that means that it's going to cost a lot more to ship it to Amazon. So none of the apps are going to be able to help you estimate what that cost is. You have to just figure that out for yourself. That's why generally people who are into hazmat are hazmat shippers. They do a large amount of hazmat sales because they understand the process. If you don't understand the process, it can be really frustrating. And I have to tell you, it can be really frustrating when Amazon says, we're inviting you into the hazmat program. You think, oh, I'm special. They're inviting me into the hazmat program. I'm going to say yes. Well, once you say yes, then the Scan Easy will tell you it's hazmat, but you are approved to ship it. Amazon Seller app will no longer even mention that it's hazmat if you are approved hazmat seller. And so you may end up with 4 little items in a thing that you purchased that you would have to ship separately. So be careful about getting approved with hazmat. It's one of those things that it sounds exciting, but maybe it's not as exciting as you think it would be.
Robert's asking or saying that offer count equates to fulfilled by merchant. And I think here we're looking at offer count. On AZ Insight, it's showing you fulfilled by merchant offer count as well as fulfilled by Amazon offer count. So it separates the two out.
Yes.
Joan is saying, can you send the products to a prep center? So if you're doing LRA, local retail arbitrage?
Well, you could, but it would seem to me that would defeat the purpose. You would be spending you'd be spending a lot of money, more than what it estimates you're going to send to Amazon, right? Because you're getting Amazon's partnered rates when you're sending to Amazon. So you'd be spending money to ship it to your prep center, and then your Amazon. Typically, if you're going to do local retail arbitrage, it's something that you would be shipping yourself. I know some of the people in this audience, I see your names and I know who you are. You're the kind that hands off. I don't even want to see these items, right? I'm just sending them to the prep center. I really don't want to do any of this work. But this is not going to be the sourcing method for you if you're one of those people. I am using a prep center, but I keep some prep products around. I keep poly bags. I keep packing tape. I have still a scale. I have a box sizer because I occasionally am going to find items that I'm going to want to prep and ship from home. So most of my items will go to a prep center, but there will be times when I will find something that's too good to be true, and I will want to get it right now and send it off. We have even, like you said, Brian, you go out on your RV and you find all these things. I have flown into Minneapolis to a trifecta and told people, let's go shopping. We'll go out and do some shopping. And people get boxes and they ship from the hotel. We've had people actually do shipments from the hotel. I have done book sourcing when I'm on a vacation and I see a nice little local store I like. I go get a box. I go print out a sheet of labels, take my PDF down to Kinko's and say, I need these on labels, and I send things out from wherever I am. So it's a skill that if you have the skill, the whole idea of the in-store shopping and the shipping prepping skill, you can do this from anywhere. And take advantage of local sales that you might not have ever seen if you weren't doing it in store.
Let's answer a couple more. We just have a couple of minutes left here. Krista had asked, for shopping in big lots, they have their own store codes on their products. Are you scanning by picture? You know how
many
big...
times. I mean, not
Yes.
all Big Lots items have their own codes, but yes, you can scan by picture. And I didn't show that, did I?
Well, just know that it's in there, just
scanning by
in
picture?
both the
Yeah.
Amazon Seller app and Scan Easy. Scan Easy does that as well, right? You can
Yes,
scan by
and
picture.
yes, you can scan by picture, and all you do is you just hold the item up, hold the box up and take a picture of the box through the app. When you hit scan, it looks at the item, and if it can find it, it will pull it up that way. I also sometimes just type in the words, or I'll have a headset on and I'll just click into the search and I'll say what I'm looking for, and just have it find it that way. So there are a lot of different ways. So yes, if you're in a store that has their own barcodes, I sell from IKEA here in Italy, and none of their barcodes are scannable, right? So I have to either type in the names or, speak the name, and their names are all never going to be found if you speak them. You have to type in the names and it will pop up that way. So, but there's definitely ways to do a search for the items rather than just using the barcode.
Joan is asking, how can one do FBM, fulfilled by merchant, when you are FBA? I think
You
that's
can do fulfilled by merchant, even if you're an
do
FBA
both.
seller. You can do
Yes.
both, yes. And you can even sell the same products, fulfilled by merchant and FBA. I do that sometimes when I have a product that I want to get sold quickly, but I also want to send some in FBA. So I may send half of them FBA and keep half of them local, and I will start selling them while they're en route to Amazon FBM, and then once they get there to Amazon, I'll turn off my fulfilled by merchant offer and just let the FBA ones sell.
And Joan, we do have fulfilled by merchant training at the e-commerce business school, so you can just ask support and they'll give you the link for that.
Absolutely.
Alice, when signing up at AZ Insight, should I click limited or unlimited option?
Unlimited. If you're just doing a trial and you weren't going to want to go through the trouble of setting everything up properly, you could do the unlimited, but the limited. But unlimited is basically connecting it to your Amazon seller account so that they can check to see that whether you're restricted and those kinds of things. And then it also helps them pull in data like Hazmat and sizes and things. So you need to be unlimited when you're doing the trial.
Okay.
It used to be said if you're not online, you're not in business. That's from like 15 years ago. All right. Now it's that if you're not on Amazon, you're not in business.
Regardless of that big dream, you've got to build a foundation. You have to have a business that has cash flow.
You need more cash? Go out and source some more. Shove those products into Amazon. What's going to spit out the other end is profit. It's that simple, isn't it?
Then they start looking at it as, this really is a system. So how can I add more to my system? How can I start to scale this?
That's why this is so integral, each pillar leading up sequentially to that long-term reliable business.
These are the real assets then that somebody who wants to buy a business, this is what they look for.
This is the brand launcher, the career launcher, the income launcher. It's a beautiful thing. And I know you're going to love what this can do for you. You're going to get a vision. You're going to get a vision to grow your business, to sell it for a profit. Kind of show your pals, your friends, your family.
Yes, you can make $1 million just selling on Amazon alone.